Hello everyone and welcome back to the factory, back in FTB Factories, FTB Light 2. Yeah, it's been good. We've actually got quite a lot of stuff done recently, and I want to just show you the main thing that's been going on in the factory. If we look up here, you'll see now that we've got definitely some particle accelerator rings going on. If we go upstairs, we'll be able to start hearing some of the sounds going on. You can hear it's very loud. Lancel just joined the game as well. I'll tell him in a minute, he's probably logging on. But yeah, you can see that we've got 3 accelerator rings right now. Lancel built 2 of them, and I built a third and just tweaked some of them. Originally we were putting dirt in here, but we've changed it to be cobblestone just since we have so much more cobblestone. And we've also now got this thing where we've got a level emitter. If we've got an iron spike in this chest down here, they turn on. So if I take the iron spike out, you'll hear that they all turn off. If I put it back in again, they all start up again. So you can see that it's a sort of on and off switch because we don't really have wireless redstone. So that's sort of one way to do wireless redstone is using ME systems. So yeah, there we are. We got particle accelerator rings. We got 23 antimatter. I'm just going to tell them recording. So basically, yeah, it's going pretty well. Not much has changed down here except for I actually made a mistake in here. The Lancel was telling me that the induction smelter wasn't working very well, and it seems that it still isn't for some reason. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but did you die? Did he die? Don't think so. But yeah, basically the induction smelter wasn't working very well because for some reason I put 1 bronze is made with 3 copper and 1 tin. So that might have been what was going wrong. But now I've made it to 4 bronze is made, which is good. So hopefully we won't get those weird issues anymore. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But yeah, except for that, not much has really changed here. Lancel did actually make a bronze production, the steel production. You just basically chuck a bunch of iron in there and a bunch of copper in here, and it make loads of bronze and steel for you if you just want to get loads of quick bronze and steel. What else we got? We got this. I can't remember if I showed this time last time, but we've set up the 5 times ore. But this time we've actually set it up properly now, so that the ME system actually inputs these ores into the system to get processed. You can see that we're actually starting to get some ores being processed, quintupled, which is good. And we've got loads of brine stored up now, which is really good to see. So we've definitely got enough brine being produced. That's normally one of the bottlenecks. What else we got going on? I actually hooked up the tesseract from our lava source into this thing, so we just have loads of lava being produced because the cobblestone melting was just taking too long. So now we are getting quite a lot more incendiary explosives, as you can see. It's actually quite a recipe. You need a lava bucket and 7 sulfur. So the lava was sort of where we were slowing down, but now it's going a lot quicker. You can see lots being produced, and it's really good that we're getting a good amount now. It's good to see. And as long as we have 128 or 12,800 in there, then we should be fine. So that's basically the idea. Each of those will have 12,800 in, and then we'll just stop production because there's no need to have more than that. Since antimatter bombs, obviously the bottleneck there is going to be the antimatter. So 12.8k is going to be such an overestimation of how many we'll need, but it's good enough for now. So, except for that, what else has been going on? The miner is fixed. For some reason it wasn't chunk loading, so we put spot loaders on instead, and it seems to be working better now. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe just because it's moving, and moving stuff doesn't work very well with chunk loaders. It's been working a lot better now. We've got lots of redstone again, iron, and copper, all this stuff is going really well. We haven't actually got that many diamonds. We haven't really got that many diamonds. We seem to be losing them at a quicker rate than we're getting them. And same with Certus quartz, we've been losing quite a lot of that, or at least it hasn't really changed that much. Shiny ingots we've got quite a lot of now, so it's going pretty well. It's nice to see that we're getting quite a lot of stuff now. What else? So yeah, the reactor is turning on and off a lot more now, as you'll see, because we've got loads of tesseracts using the power now for the particle accelerators, which is good. So if we go over here, you'll see that it's actually, for some reason this happens though. I don't know why this happens. It sometimes just forgets what it's meant to be doing. So I'll reset it. Maybe I'll commit and then change it. It just sort of seems to forget what it's doing. Maybe I need to chunk load this better. I'm not really sure, but sometimes it just forgets what it's doing and it just sort of runs continuously forever. But you'll see that we're actually losing quite a lot of power quite quickly, even with 56 being produced every second. You'll see that it is actually still, you know, it's sort of wavering. So we're using quite a lot of power now, but hopefully we should be able to actually sustain all of the levels, because it will just be on continuously then. It won't be offline ever, really. That's a hope anyway. And also, we've also got the control rods on 10%, so it means only 10% of the fuel is being really used. And also, we've only got the thing half full. So really only about 5% of the possible power is being produced, which is good to know if you've got, you know, a couple of the floors being used and lots to go, which is good. On every level, we've got these things where we've got the storage monitor, the crafting monitor, and the storage monitors, just showing how much antimatter we've got going on. So it's a stack that you need per antimatter bomb. So it's been on for, well, the actual server's been on with these particle accelerators now for a good maybe 10 hours. I don't really know exactly how long, but it does seem that we're producing antimatter quick, reasonably quickly compared to when me and Joe had an antimatter producer on amps. So it seems to be a lot quicker, which is good. What else has been going on? Not too much other than that, really, but it's good to see that we got lots of progression done. So yeah, just to show you basically how these particle accelerators work, you basically just need to build, just in case you don't know, you basically just build a big ring of these electromagnets. We've just got them on autocraft, so they're pretty easy to get. For us now, we've got loads of resources, we can just get them. And it is actually very costly though, in terms of copper especially. You need a lot of copper to craft these things. But you'll see that the glass, the electromagnetic glass, you can see through the electromagnetic glass. You don't necessarily need it, but it's just nice to have so you can actually see into the particle accelerators. You can also just use standard electromagnets. They cost exactly the same, except you just add a little bit of glass to the standard electromagnet to get the glass version. But yeah, you can just see that you just need to make sure that you have like a pipe going around in a big square like this. Obviously in real life it's a circle, but you can't really do that in Minecraft. And it needs to be at least 30 by 30, so it needs to be at least a 30 length square, because while the particles obviously gain more speed as they go around, they also lose energy at the corners. So if you have like less than 30 square, then they lose more energy than they gain from the accelerators. So you want to have at least, and we've got like 60 long, 60 square here, so it's a pretty efficient one. I believe I don't know if there's a limit to it, but I think me and Joe had a 100 square one, and that was really efficient. Like that hardly lost any energy per side. But this one is a little bit less efficient, but we got, like, obviously we're gonna have loads of them, and we have loads of power, so it's fine. We don't really need to worry about efficiency too much. But yeah, you just need to build like a pipe, and you only need 4 sides covered. You don't need the full, you know, square of 8 around it. As long as you have a hollow side with 4 electromagnets on each side, it should be fine. It seems that the bug where the particles would randomly explode where the chunks weren't loaded has been fixed. That doesn't happen anymore, which is good, because that was really annoying when that used to happen. But yeah, I need more food. God, I've lost so much food just walking around. But yeah, it seems to be working pretty well. We haven't had any issues yet. We did have an issue where we were Lance was trying out, seeing if we could have just 4 particle accelerators on each ring, but that didn't work because you know, some of the particles were going like a fraction, just because of little lag spikes, a fraction faster than others, and eventually it would catch up and sort of explode each other, and it would create a little bit of strange matter. We did actually create, if we look in here, we actually created a little bit of dark matter. Created 2 dark matter, which is awesome, but at the same time it was just exploding the particle accelerators, and it just wasn't very efficient. But we're not really going for red matter bombs anyway. There seems to be something wrong with red matter bombs in this version of FTB anyway. I don't know why. They don't seem to actually go on forever. They just sort of stop. So if we look at the map, an antimatter bomb would actually probably cover the entire map there. That's how big the radius is, or the diameter is of the explosion. While a red matter bomb is only about the size, because I don't know why it's sort of limited, but it only seems to go to the size of the actual factory, like a sphere the size of a factory, and then it just sort of stops. It just sort of breaks down and goes unstable and just stops. So there's no point in getting strange matter, red matter bombs, if we can just use an antimatter and just blow up a massive hole in the ground. Nuclear bombs are about the size of the factory as well, and thermobaric are probably you know, the diameter of the reactor. So we can actually see a thermobaric outside. Max blew one up ages ago. If you were wondering what that was over here, that was a thermobaric. So yeah, it's a little bit smaller than the diameter of the thing, but it's still a pretty big explosion of thermobaric. It's pretty good. And eventually we'll be making these. Then we need to upgrade those to nuclear explosive. That's pretty easy. We can just use yellowite for that. And then the nuclear explosives is surrounded with antimatter to make the antimatter bombs. So that's pretty much how the upgrade system works. So it's pretty simple, but it's going to be awesome. This floor is starting to look absolutely awesome as well. Just look at the machinery, it just looks so cool. All the stuff we've got going on, and obviously the nuke production is going to continue down here. And then we'll finally have obviously the antimatter production combining with the nukes to make the antimatter explosives, and then we'll just store them away, or maybe even make a new age to do some antimatter and nuclear testing. Or maybe we could go to the moon or something, do some testing there. That'd be cool. We can do some nuclear and antimatter weapons testing on the moon. For some reason Lansdale is just underground here. I don't know what he's doing. He's just having a good time. He's got a secret chest down there, obviously. We'll have to see what's going on. What's going on down here? Knock knock. What is this? It's our base. It's just underground our base. How you doing, Lansdale? You doing well? We got loads of eggs in this system. This is our storage place, obviously. I don't think this has changed too much since last time. I think all that has changed is the way that the ores get produced now, because obviously we had all the ores here, but they've moved, so I don't think there's actually much that's changed down here. We've still just got this random Fortron wall. I'm not really sure why that's still there. And this is still doing perfectly fine. We've got a good amount of storage. We've got lots of buckets. I don't know why all the buckets are there. We've got 1,810 buckets. So yeah, just a load of random stuff everywhere. We've got a dragon egg as well. Look at that. We've got the dragon egg. It's great. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I like this. I like this base. It's beautiful. And obviously this is our mine that we just never did anything in. But yeah, it's awesome. So we've now got antimatter production. Next step is obviously to build more particle accelerators, and maybe we're thinking maybe on the top floor, if we do have we can do it a little bit more cleverly. We might could I guess put a strange matter producer on the top here. We might do something on the top floor with dark matter, because why not, you know, just to sort of mix it up a bit. We could do some dark matter stuff, because I don't really know. Me and Joe tried to produce it back in amps, and we got like 6 pieces over the course of a month. But you need to basically need to collide those particles together. But obviously it's quite difficult to do that in a controlled environment. So, oh look, we've gained another piece of antimatter. We've got 24 now, 40 to go, and then we'll get our first antimatter bomb. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah, it's going pretty well. So thank you all for watching, guys. Again, short episode, but you know, not really much going on in this server. We're just sort of upgrading and slowly getting to that stage where we can get antimatter. But it's awesome. This factory is just so cool. We've got this epic, you know, just got such an epic factory going on. And if, you know, the thing is, we might just experiment with random things on all the other floors. We basically just built the other floors just to sort of make an easy way to get to each of the accelerators. We didn't really think about what we're actually going to put in the actual floor area like we did down here. We're debating whether we want to actually have an accelerator down on that floor down there. But right now we're feeling that there's no real need, since we're going to have like 15 or 14 accelerators, which will be fine. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. So see you next time. Goodbye.